What's up, chess player? In this video, I'm gonna demonstrate you why it's so important to learn the openings in chess. And yeah, better to say not to learn them, but to understand them and to master those openings. I have played the openings that I'm playing for many years in my professional chess career, and I'm gonna show you today why I'm playing it. That's the Philidor defense here with e4 and d4. Yes, I'm given wide the opportunity to get control of the center, but I'm playing the move e5 immediately. Bishop d3 is one of the possible ways to continue. That is what my opponent played. And why is it this game is so important for me? Well, because if I win it, I'm becoming a German chess champion under 25 years. That has been a dream for me for my entire life. I have never achieved the title of national chess champion in my entire life, although I was so close a lot of times, but I couldn't uh, handle my psychology issues. I don't know, whatever it was, but I just can never achieve it. And now I was so close. I needed to win this game as black, which is very difficult. But if I do that, I'm getting to it one round before the tournament end because it's still round number 8. So my opponent plays bishop d3, and because I know the opponent so good, I know what to do against this variation, which is a pretty rare one. And I'm gonna explain you all of the ideas in depth so you can really master the opening. So I'm playing here g6. That is the only variation where you need to play g6 and not bishop to e7 because yeah, the bishop is gonna be very strong here. But I'm going to explain you how you can use it immediately. Knight e7, of course, I want to exchange, to defend this pawn on e5, very important, the most important pawn. And now, after rook e1, castles and knight e2, key moment in the game, I still was in my book here, I knew that I should take here on d4 and play the move c5. I mean, at first glance, that seems like a horrible move to make, because well, you are left with this d6 pawn, there is e5 opportunity in a very, very aggressive way for white to go on, and there is a move d5 which my opponent made, and then knight c4, then d6 is weak, and seems like the position is just bad for black. But it's just not true, because, well, first of all, if you are not in your book, and my opponent, of course, didn't know this position because for him it was just one of his e4 games and Philidor defense. I mean, who the hell is playing the Philidor defense except for me, of course? So he wasn't really prepared for it that much. And so e5 is very difficult when he sees that I'm just making all of my moves instantly. So pretty much chances are high that I'm prepared for the move e5. So he's scared to do that. He played the move d5, which is an interesting positional move. And according to the engine, that's the best move. But I mean, after knight g4, I felt like the position is so comfortable for me. The second knight is coming here to e5. He played knight c4, which is a very logical move, just trying to attack this pawn. But now after knight e5, I don't see anything great for white. In fact, here I even had the move b5, just sacrificing this pawn on d6, and according to the engine, it's already much better for black, as amazing as that is. I mean, this bishop is just a beast there on g7. It's just making the difference between a strong chess player and an average one. If you can understand the power of such a bishop, if you can use it in your own games, I mean, you can consider yourself a chess professional. You don't need anything else. So here c4, I mean, you're just very active, and then yeah, there is already some problems with f2 square, for example, bishop to c2. You can take here on f2, and yeah, the point is after take there is queen b6 and taking the knight back, and then the material is equal, but this bishop is just tremendous. Okay, I'm not that strong. I mean, I'm not stockfish. I cannot calculate all of those variations till the end with knight takes f2, although yeah, that's probably simply enough to get to it in a classical game. But I thought I'm playing knight e5, and my position is so comfortable. There is no real problems. D6 pawn is protected now. If you exchange everything, my position is just going to be better. I have an f5 idea. Everything is perfect. One thing to remember here, you should never take with a pawn, because that is immediately winning. I mean, even if I don't know how to make it possible, let's do it like that. Never take it with a pawn, because that would create a protected passer, that would make this beautiful bishop such a stupid animal here on g7. I mean, that is a biggest positional mistake you can make. But if you take here with a bishop, then it's just so nice. I mean, I have no words to describe it, because that is just a dream out of the opening as black. I mean, better, nothing better you can imagine. My opponent played here rook to b1, just trying to deal with this b2 pawn, maybe playing b4 in the end. But now I'm taking here. I'm playing b5, pushing this knight away. I'm playing knight e5, forking the queen and the bishop. I'm exchanging my knight for a bishop. And now I have pair of bishops. When I get it, I mean, I'm unstoppable. I'm joking. Of course, I'm not that huge. I'm not god in chess, but I so love a pair of bishops. When you have an open position and you have two bishops, it's such a huge, incredibly good feeling to play with it. Let me show you how I used it and how you should use it in your games, how you can apply it. You definitely can apply all of those principles I share with you here in your own games. So I'm playing c4. If you have the initiative, you should use it. The first World Chess Champion Wilhelm Steinitz said it 150 years ago, and that is true in life and in chess. If your position is better, you should remain active. You should not just wait, because if you give a little bit of time to your opponent, he's gonna balance the position somehow, play b3, a4, I don't know. He's gonna find a way. All you need to do is to be as active as hell and just create 1000 threads, and then he's gonna collapse. So c4. Now, the first problem, where do you go with the queen? If you go to c2, which was the move I expected, then there is queen to a5, and even though the engine says that's bad, you shouldn't play chess like that, if you're a human, you're afraid of this move, because it's a double attack, then I'm just grabbing a pawn, completely for free, and either I'm going back, or I go queen b3, I'm exchanging the queens, and then I'm up in the endgame. Nobody wants to get that. And so my opponent played here queen to e2, which seems like another logical move, but now, boom, another problem here, rook to e8, and how do you deal with this rook? I mean, that is such a strong piece, because if you play here f3, I play f5. I don't care, I just want to open up the position. Why? Because I have two bishops. When you have two bishops, you don't care about any weaknesses, you don't care about your king. I mean, it's always safe there on the chain. You just want to open everything here. And so takes, I mean, you can just resign here. It's -5, even though the material is equal. I mean, that is incredible how powerful those bishops are, that it's -5 here. Okay, so instead of f3, my opponent played b3, trying to get to the c4 pawn, of course, but now rook takes e8. Takes f3, my opponent decided that it's essential to get this pawn back, rook e8, queen to c4. Now, the material is equal, but the position is not equal. It's totally lost for white. I mean, bishop f5. Just count how many tempo moves I have played here. Tempo moves means that you're making a move and your opponent has to deal with it. He can't continue with his own plan. He has to deal with your threat, which is, in this case, for example, the rook is hanging. And the knight is pinned. I mean, there are so many pins here and there, everywhere. And the number is only increases. So now rook to c8, attacking the queen, another tempo move. Queen goes to b4, a5, attacking the queen once again, another tempo move. Queen to f4, bishop e5, another tempo move. And notice that all of my pieces are going either forward or it's becoming more active. And he's just shuffling the pieces around. And that is not the strategy that works for you, but has no choice. I mean, with every move, I'm just attacking his pieces. a4, another tempo move. And there is just no way for white to deal with all of these threats. You can try to sacrifice something here with knight f5, for example, but just doesn't work. And it's usually the case when you're so much more active and your pieces are so, everything is activated here, the chances are it's just not gonna work tactically. I mean, you're threatening queen g7, checkmate in 1, but guess what? I'm gonna take all of your pieces here. I'm gonna take your bishop, and you don't want to take this rook back because of just rook takes e5 and you have nothing at all. And so king f2, I'm gonna give you another check, and then you don't have a good way for the king to go. If you go back, then there is gonna be a problem here with the back rank. If you go forward, I'm gonna just take your knight, and rook e5 works here, or even king h8. King h8 is weird. Okay, who cares? Just rook e5, just make sure that rook g5 doesn't work, and that's game over, an extra rook for black. So that is That is how powerful the move a4 here is, and it's very important for me to get rid of this rook because it's protecting the knight and it's covering the b file. And I want it either to go away on the b file so that I can grab this knight on e3, or get away out of the b file, and then I have queen to b6. And notice that the last piece, which was doing nothing on d8, now enters the game, and all of my pieces are active, and you just cannot deal with that. That is how powerful the development in chess is. Bishop d2, and now queen to d4. I mean, how beautiful the queen is. It's in the center, it's creating 25 different threads all over the board. And after rook to d1, please feel free to pause the video and find the final blow here as black. Okay, there are a lot of moves, basically everything wins, but bishop f4 I find it the most simple move because the queen is trapped. Now, all of a sudden, I was chasing this knight the whole way, and it's important for me to make sure that it's not going anywhere because of the pin, but the queen has no moves to go. It's under attack. If you go to h4, there is bishop takes e3, and you're losing the queen. So my opponent resigned here. Beautiful game. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. I mean, you should. Otherwise, why did I play such a huge game? And with this one, I have my dream came true. I have became a German chess champion under 25 years. One round before the finish line, I have already on 7.5 points out of 8, so nobody could catch me. 2 points lead, and yeah, that was a tremendous moment in my chess career. And I still feel this amazing feeling. That's just incredible. Just believe me, winning is more fun than fun is fun. So always try to chase your dreams, and if you really work hard, it pays off. In this video, by the way, I share with you another incredible game that I have played in round 7. You're gonna enjoy it, so definitely take a look.